Money can buy you the answers you seek, and rhythm can lessen the pain. The gods, they are fickle, routinely oblique, but worship is rarely in vain. Thela has granted my one true request. The journey is now mine to take. With grays in my hair and aches in my chest, at long last I'm feeling awake. Loves have I lost, and friends have I made, and many hard drinks have I downed. The devil I've crossed, that debt yet unpaid, but to ruin my soul is bound.
Last time on the Paragon Company. Akira had a strange dream where she met a mysterious magical old man who told her stories of the Only Island. The party met a new ally, Zara, a traveling centaur looking for treasure in the old town. She agreed to work with them for the time being. The party started to devise a plan in order to build a trap to contain or possibly kill the zombie clot within Olde Baenum. Grabak went to the church of Koyema to try and secure a supply of holy water for the trap. After an unsuccessful attempt to coerce the head priestess to give it to them, he agreed to pay for several gallons. Archibald, Akira, and Zara snuck through the old town and made their way to the sawmill. With a large amount of pletwood, a boxed-in location, and the discovery of the arcane saw, they decided this was the best location to set the trap. During their downtime to set the trap, they received news that Ongfang was attacked by ogres, but due to the training the villagers received from Trax and the weapons provided by the guild, they were able to fend off the attackers with no casualties. Archie, Akira, and Trax gathered intel on the zombie clot by following it through the streets of the old town. They learned the butcher tries to avoid it, and it attacks other creatures that it runs into. Akira and Grabak took the time to destroy several of the blockades throughout the old town in order to have a more direct path to the sawmill. Archibald, Grabak, and Trax convinced Captain Kosh of the Hand to allow them to look into town records, particularly into land that was owned by Basilor Balsaron. This led them to Mr. Slim, the Knight's Bounty rep for Baenum. Slim tells them that the Merchant Guild has been trying to find dirt on Balsaron for years and agrees to help the party to take him down. They also learn Balsaron is trying to buy up land in Baenum as well, and he has spell components imported from outside of Baenum. They tell Slim about the Cletwood, and he thinks it's just what they need to take down Balsaron. Akira, Archie, Trax, and Zara investigated the Cletwood forest near Balsaron's old manor. There, they discovered rusted wood-cutting tools scattered about. After staking out the site for several hours, undead appeared and began to saw down one of the trees. Once the tree fell, the zombies dragged it to the old manor and left it. Soldiers covered from head to toe emerged and cut off chunks of wood and disappeared into the manor. Sneaking in after them, they came to the conclusion the soldiers are using the tunnels to deliver wood out of the old town. Akira and Zara methodically began to steal anything made of silver that they could find to aid in the material and creation of holy water. This causes a slight panic in town, and the Hand, as well as the citizens, are looking into bandits or creatures that might be trying to steal the silver. Mr. Slim writes up a fake receipt showing that the party purchased all of the silver legally through the guild in order to avoid suspicion. Mr. Slim also has material and laborers from outside Baenum come in to assist with transporting all of the material to the sawmill in the middle of the night. Trying to translate the mysterious journal found in Balsaron's attic, Archibald approaches Ren Vreeland, the eccentric guild rep for the Theater and Entertainment Guild, Eyes of the Beholder. She is able to determine the book is written in Infernal and contains rituals and spells used for necromancy. She also had a play written by Balseron years ago. Archie was able to confirm that it was the same writing. The play has hints of what might have actually happened, and the party decide the hanging tree might be a point of interest. With all the material and workers ready to head into the old town, the party begin the process of moving everything to the sawmill. As quiet and prepared as they were, the zombie clot burst forth through a building and attacked. In a single blow, 7 of the work crew were killed. Trax led it away with a replica of the ruby. Archibald was right behind him. Together, they distracted it and injured it long enough for the crew and the rest of the party to get away. They beat on it as much as they could, but noticed that it seems to heal itself over time. As it rose from its injured state, Trax took the fake ruby and rode away, the clot trailing behind him. Just when Trax starts to think he's getting away, the clot captured him and his horse in its flesh and tomb attack. With some quick thinking, Trax was able to face-step his horse out of the mound of flesh. Then, using his echo, he was able to escape and ride his horse out of the old town. The rest of the party meet up with the work crew at the sawmill, and after unloading, make it safely back to Baenum. The party, ready to assemble the trap, spend 2 long days in Olde Baenum, piecing the large metal cage together, digging a pit large enough to fit the trap and the massive undead hulk that is the zombie clot, and defending the area from the wandering undead. On a lighter note, Grabach, while scouting for new fighters for the pits, met a half-ogre woman named Volga. They sparred several times, and she agreed to go on a date with him, and he gave her a promised cravat. And with that, we begin with Archibald, having just learned a terrible truth about Basilor Balseron from the translated book they found in his old manor. He's asked everyone to assemble in a secluded part of town, inside the black box, the party's carriage.
So Archibald, places the book, on his little workbench in the carriage, and then places, his translation notes and stuff down from the Entertainment Guild lady. And he says, so I've been sure that Balseron is a dangerous man who is probably involved in what's been going on. It just seemed too obvious, but according to this, he is much, much more deeply ingrained in the situation and a much worse individual than I'd thought possible. He's obviously gone to great lengths to extend his already long life as an elf, doing his best to gird himself from the possibility of death at all. And though his attempt at lichdom seems to have failed, he sacrificed so many people in the attempt, and even seems to have gone to great lengths to specifically punish a woman that turned his affections away, and her partner. And the worst part of this is, though he's not technically a lich, which would be bad enough, he's at least no longer human, and no longer an elf. And it seems as though he's gained a certain amount of extra power through his heresy and his perversion.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, so Xar just hisses out just when he thought this dick couldn't get any worse.
Basil of Balserong, more like bastard of Balserong.
The people that are with the people that are with Tom are like, "What are you talking about?"
It's like, what's wrong with that guy?
That's not very herbaceous of him.
Herbaceous? What does that mean?
Like when something is, you just said basil, so when something is very herby, it's herbaceous.
Was Irvy?
Like Herbie, like Hebr.
Oh, I see.
RBY. Yeah. Because
So-
you know he's not being Basil.
I just Googled what that meant. Okay.
Oh my god.
So, obviously, this is a big bunch of information to learn finally.
Yes, the definition for herbaceous. That's a new word I learned today.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I think I was like, do we know why he's doing all this? Like, other than trying to get as much money as possible, which is a fair deal, but
He might. How much does Akira remember about the old man? Like, he never really gave his name, did he? Or no. You, Archie, you told Akira about who he thinks that old man was, right?
Yeah.
The dream. It was the god of magic.
Well, it sounds like it to me, but I'm good at religion, but not like an expert.
Well, if he's doing magic stuff, do you think I could just like ask the old man? Is there a way to like summon that old man, like that god, to your dreams?
Give me a religion check.
What if I have Archibald do it?
I mean, you could ask him.
Hey Archie, would you mind thinking in your brain hole?
Would you mind thinking for me?
Akira doesn't think, Akira does.
Right.
Oof.
Wow.
Not very good.
Wow. Damn.
Hey, 13.
Wow. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Damn, dude.
Don't you have like an int modifier in that? Damn.
Yeah. Plus 5.
Damn.
So,
ouch.
So Archie, again, you aren't 100% sure that the dream she had was about the recantor. But you do know that he's sort of the kind of god that kind of comes and goes as he pleases. So you're not entirely sure if you could convince him to show himself to you. Especially not being people who directly worship him.
So probably not.
Okay. Dang. Okay, so... Okay. When Akira goes to bed this night, she's still gonna set up, like, some tea
Okay.
and some cookies.
Yeah.
And maybe like a storybook or something, just out by her head while she sleeps.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can she like sacrifice key and sorcery points to like magic up her presentation?
All right. Yeah. So what are you guys trying to do?
I mean,
I'll heat the tea with control flames.
I think
I'll use Mage Hand to serve the tea.
I think she's trying to conduct a magical ritual.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to conduct a magical ritual to, maybe bring over the raconteur's eyes my way.
Okay. So I'll say you do kind of what you were saying. You kind of like serve tea with your mage hand and kind of use your magic a little bit as much as you can to like assist with what you're doing. As you go to sleep, we'll say. Well, this would probably be a later that night kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll wait on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, actually, no, we will do it now because this is sort of the wrap up of the downtime, your last day of downtime. So,
Okay.
so tell you what, do me a favor and roll a D100.
A D100. Okay, so there's 5 D20s.
I think there should.
No,
be
there's
another
a thing for it.
Okay, that's a fiddle. Where?
Oh no, there isn't.
Oh, then
Really? Wow. I thought there would be.
do a is there a percentile dice on there?
Or just like Google 100-sided die, and it'll be there.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Roll D100.
I could roll it for you if you want.
No, fuck you, Mike. Technology.
Roll a die. Okay, I got 49.
Okay. So Akira does this little ritual, goes to bed, and just has a very good night's sleep.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Damn, what would I have needed to get?
Well, you don't know that.
Damn.
Higher than a 49.
You know what? I'm gonna keep doing that every time I nap.
Okay.
So this session, that's what I'm gonna do. Every time I take a short rest, and I fucking go to like, I don't know,
Dude.
meditate on my key.
I'll say you can do it on a long rest because you're actually
That's so
sleeping through the night.
Okay.
All right. So, was there anything else any of you wanted to do before we kind of move on to the next section here?
Yeah, Akira wakes everyone up that morning and goes, I didn't meet anyone.
Oh my god.
Guess we gotta try another avenue, guys. Sorry.
Oh, this is important. Just in case any of your guys' apps didn't like reset or whatever, just do a long rest. Because there's been like literally weeks between last session and here, you know.
Tom's been sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna get to
For sure
that
I'm
in
good.
a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually going to ask, like, since Akira and I are planning on raiding Balsa Leech's house, is there any other preparations we need to like, do or speak, or is like everything all good?
Well, I was going to ask you about that because part of the downtime, you guys kind of, I knew you had wanted to kind of commit some crime to raise tension in the town, and you guys basically did that when you started robbing all the silver from everywhere.
I think we should rob some gold.
What?
I was like thinking like just like raising tension in the town, and then like at the end, just robbing Balsa Leech at the end, raising the tension just to cause some extra stress.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to plan that to try to, break into his home, I mean, that's definitely something we can do.
I mean, like, think of it as a piece de resistance. Like at the end of everything,
Okay.
Well,
if he
I'm
comes
pretty
back,
sure we have to go there anyways at the end of all this because the whole point of this thing is to take his largest key advantage off the field and then stop him. So we're gonna have to go to where he is anyways.
Yeah, I mean, when you do that, we could knock him unconscious for a while, empty out his house, and then leave him waking up in the shell of his home.
I don't
No money to pay bail or anything. About to be arrested, and then in the few minutes before he gets arrested, he's stuck dealing with the fact that he's lost, he's about to get arrested, and he has no money.
Damn, calm down, Satan. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if anyone would have been Satan, it would be him, right?
It would be him, yeah. I agree.
And frankly, I've only been here for in this town for a short while. I wasn't planning on staying here long, but he managed to make his way into one of the people that I really despise without having to know him. So that's a skill that he's managed to master. So I'd like to leave him a souvenir.
I have a strong feeling that he's not going to be outside of a jail cell at the end of all this, at the very least.
Well, even better, destitute and locked up.
We've already I've already gotten the authority guilds involved and stuff because he's a horrible necromancy wizard, and our guild is sending backup theoretically because he's a horrible necromancy wizard. The important thing here is that he is a wizard.
A wizard.
A wizard. The worst kind of magical caster.
Yeah.
The worst.
Well, I just think that the as long as we maximize his suffering as much as possible, I'm good. And plus, like, if you think about like raiding his house, also gives us a nice, like, bonus for all the effort we put into this.
I mean, out of character, we've stolen everything from every bad guy we've stopped.
It's why at the
Like-
beginning of the campaign they have a party fund that was like $6,000 because I didn't really think of the fact that they would completely rob this old rich guy blind, and they did. And then I had to calculate the like gold value of all the shit they stole from his house.
Yep. And we even double checked to make sure that it was okay, and it totally is because of how the rules of being an adventurer work. So this guy's an evil wizard. We're gonna take all of his stuff.
I mean, if we had to ask, we can just say that he tied his power to the amount of like riches he has. So when he defeated him, the riches went poof.
Like he might actually have done that. So don't count that out. But anyways, so yeah, we're robbing him blind out of character.
Okay.
In character, I'm not gonna say that because that's not how Archibald thinks.
So, as you guys turn in for the night, seemingly the day before you guys set out on your plan to try to, work your trap, we're going to cut over to a small, dilapidated tavern inside the ruins of Olde Baenum. And up on the third floor of this tavern, in the attic, tied to a chair, is our good friend, Tom Sitlow.
Hi, yes, I'm Tom. To nobody in particular.
So, Tom, you're in this room that you're quite familiar with at this point. It's the room that these nice people in robes keep you tied up in during the night. They only let you out to take you down to the kitchen where you can bake tom cakes. And then they bring you promptly back up to the attic and tie you back to this chair each night, where your only friends are the strained, growly voice that you hear in your head sometimes,
Hmm.
and Reginald, the pale, blonde young man with curly blonde hair and sunken-in eyes, who seems to be sent to keep an eye on you most of the time.
Yeah, so that guy's name is Reggie for short, and the voice that Tom hears sometime is Mott. Tom backwards.
Okay.
Man, is it like looking into a mirror?
Yeah, pretty much. It is now.
So,
Oh my god, can I set the scene? It's a dark room. Tom hears Mott in his dreams, and when he does, it's just a dark room, and then there's a solitary silver mirror just floating.
It's like, you should eat more vegetables. Oh man, you're right. Thanks, evil mirror me. It's like that.
So you're sitting in the room.
Uh-huh.
Reggie's in the other side of the room, sitting at a table, sort of nodding off. And in the back of your mind, you hear that familiar growly voice of Mott, we'll call it.
Uh-huh.
And it whispers into the back of your mind, I think it's time for us to go, finally.
Is Tom awake or asleep?
Up to you. Was he awake still, or was he starting to fall asleep?
Tom was sleeping. There's like that, the anime bubble like coming out of his mouth as he's snoozing.
Yeah.
And it pops, and he wakes up when he hears Mott speaking. And Tom's like, "You're right, Ma. I'm bored."
Good. They say they're going to hold you a party. But I know this is not true.
Tom pauses. Tom attempts to think for a second and fails and says, "Tom loves parties."
Well, give me a moment and you and I can have some real fun. So, everything goes quiet for a moment. And then there's a flash of light behind you, and the rope that is tying you to the chair comes free.
Tom, just stretches his noodles for a second and says, "Oh, well, this is nice."
And then, in the back of your mind, you just hear, I can come play too, but I need a toy.
Tom pulls a Tom cake from his pocket and says, "Well, here you go."
There's a pause for a moment. No, I need a body.
Reggie's in the room, right?
Yeah, Reggie's like dozing in the...
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom turns around and goes, "There's enough cakes in these cakes."
Tom just pulls out like 10 more Tom cakes and starts constructing a small effigy of Tom cakes. It's like, "Here you go."
I see I chose correctly with you, Tom.
Yay.
Go up to the human.
Tom walks over Tom can't control himself and walks over to the human.
Hold out your hand.
Tom holds out his hand and casts Create Bonfire on Reggie.
Oh my god. Alright, give me a second. Alright, so that means, what's your spell save DC?
I'm dumb. Where do I check that?
It's on the top of your spell list.
Oh, thanks. It's 14.
Alright. Well, I need the book a little sooner than I thought.
Yeah, sorry. And then this will be the last time I do something dumb, so that we can just move it along. I don't want to make everyone wait.
What was your spell save DC again?
14.
Okay. No, go ahead and roll D8.
Okay. I got a 2.
Alright. So you go over and you just very casually catch Reggie's robes on fire. And he starts to wake up and he's just like, what? Why are you untied? Why are you untied? And as he starts to panic, Tom, your eyes start to glow like orange. And you open your mouth, only a voice that isn't yours comes out. And it's the same voice that you've been hearing in your head all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks some deep, dark, evil-sounding language, just like, just random.
Yeah, sounds like a metal band.
Yeah. And Reggie, while flailing around on fire, just starts violently coughing. And as he's flailing and starts coughing and coughing, all of a sudden, he starts making like this awful choking noise. He's just like... And then blood starts to come out of his mouth and his eyes. And as you start to feel in control of yourself again, several tentacles just burst out of Reggie's face.
Mm-hmm.
And his body starts to go slack, but it almost looks like the tentacles are keeping him held upright, but his body's just sort of ragdolled under it. So these tentacles seem to float around and just sort of drag Reggie's body behind them. And as you see this happen, the tentacles turn towards you. And this time, not in your head, but you actually hear the voice say, "Ah, now we can get you out of here."
Tom just really quickly goes, Reggie, no! Reggie!
Reggie, no.
Reggie, no! And then, it stops pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
And then Tom just hands Mott a Tom cake. It's like, okay, let's get back to the best friends gang. These guys were really weird.
Yes. It's important that we find the leader, and we don't let him get to you.
Tom just kind of looks at Mott and says, what leader?
The Tiefling Man.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, you know who he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, I remember. Sorry.
Yeah. For those who don't know, there's a blue Tiefling man who seems to be in charge of these guys. That's been trying really hard to smooth talk Tom, but it's just not working. It has not worked at all.
Tom tried to use suggestion against this guy, and it did not work out in Tom's favor.
Tom doesn't remember, but the guy used modify memory on him.
Oh.
So, you're in a room. You're in a small room with a door and a couple windows. The corpse of Reggie is floating behind you with a bunch of tentacles sticking out of its face.
It's like a wacky flailing inflatable tube man.
That, but like the worst version of it.
Okay, so just to quickly get this going, can Tom just use, Eldritch Blast on the door and just bust it open?
Yeah, sure. Give me an attack roll.
Do you want me to throw a hit dice? Will Tom miss and just hit the wall?
Well,
It actually won't hit anything.
You might hit the wall. Yeah, no. Go ahead and roll to attack. It's a very low DC. It's a door.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say 6.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, sorry. I rolled damage by accident. Let me roll the hit dice. Okay, the hit dice was 15.
That hits.
So I'm okay. Let me roll damage again.
What was it? 6?
I think that should be an armored door. It should have a DC of 20.
It's a rickety ass house in the middle of Olde Baenum. It's definitely not
They
fortified.
just have a metal door for no reason.
Yeah, Tom's burning the place down. So, the new roll is a damage of 4.
Wait, I'll let you use the first one. The 6
Okay.
plus
Sure,
your
yeah.
was that plus your charisma or whatever?
I just rolled the dice. And
Oh,
was
it adds it for
six.
you. Okay.
Yeah,
All
it was
right,
a
so yeah.
six.
So you blast the door, and it just gets knocked straight off its hinges. On the other side of the door is a stairwell down to it looks like what would be the second floor of the building. And you've gone through this building enough times now to know that down at the bottom of the steps is a hallway with that sort of just goes to another door at the end of the hall, which you have not been in, and then the stairway down to the first floor where the kitchens are.
Okay. So, is there anything flammable in the room other than Reggie?
Yeah, no, everything's wood. So, like, there's like a bed with like straw and stuff. I mean, the building itself is wood, so like, it's all quite flammable.
Okay, so the door is busted, right? Completely busted.
Yeah, it's knocked straight off its hinges.
Cool. So Tom casts Minor Illusion on the floor to make it look like it's somewhat cloak shaped, kind of like Reggie. Is that okay? Is this something Minor Illusion could do?
Yeah, if it's a still image and it's a 5-foot cube, so yeah, you could just make like Reggie on the floor.
Yep, Reggie on the floor.
You can make a Reggie on the floor.
That's my new. That's my new techno. Make a Reggie on the floor.
Make a Reggie on the floor. What's that strong bad song? Like the server.
Make a Reggie on the floor. Make a Reggie.
And then Tom casts Create Bonfire on the straw bed.
All right. So, I believe Create Bonfire literally is just if it's flammable, it goes up in flames. Yep. So yeah, Tom sets the bed in the room on fire.
Cool. Tom heads to the stairs and then uses thaumaturgy to like basically make an alarm and just yells really loudly, the fire, fire, fire.
So, alright. So, go ahead and... Actually, I was going to have you roll deception, but you just started a fire, so you're not lying. Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Okay. 6.
What'd you roll?
Yeah, 6. I rolled a 2. That was
Damn.
just bad luck.
All right.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. So, you hear from downstairs, "What the hell's going on up there? Somebody go check it out!" And you start to hear people running.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Tom casts what's it called? The Armor of Agathis.
Okay. So yeah, you cast your spell, the like crystalline ice like armor just appears over your body.
And then waits for people to get up the stairs.
So as you wait, 2 more men in robes come from the bottom of the stairs, and you see them. They just look up at you, and you're like, "How the hell did you get out?" And then the other guy goes, "What the fuck is that?" Pointing at Reggie floating behind you.
Mm-hmm. Tom runs back a little bit towards the room he just busted out of. He's like, "Oh, help Reggie! Just come over here and help Reggie."
Okay, now roll me a deception.
Yeah, now it's deception. 10.
All right. Give me a sec. I'm gonna roll insight for these two cultists. Okay.
I hope they can beat 10.
So one of them, "Oh God, we gotta help Reggie!" and starts running up the stairs. The other one's like, "No, you idiot!" and like starts trying to like grab him. So one of them's running up to you to help you.
Great. Tom grabs onto that guy and then just kind of ushers him towards the room and puts him a little bit closer to Mott.
Okay. As you do this, Mott floats forward and just goes, "Come here, let me taste your knowledge." And the guy's like, "What? What?" And just says, "Let me taste your knowledge." The guy, before he can react, the tentacles lash out, grab the guy by the face, and just, you hear just tearing and shredding, and the guy starts screaming. And then when the tentacles pull away, there's just no, like, tissue or muscle or anything. It's just the guy's, like, exposed skull, and he just collapses dead. The other guy at the bottom of the stairs is like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Cool. So at that point, we continue down the stairs, and Tom just casts Create Bonfire on anything that's flammable, and just keeps walking and tries to find the closest exit.
Okay, so as you're going through, you're just starting to set things on fire, right, as you go. The cultist guy that watched Mott kill his friend just takes off running down the stairs away from you. At the bottom of the stairs, you can go partially down the hallway, which leads to a staircase that goes down to the first floor. And like I said, there is a door on the other end of the hall that you have not been inside yet, if you'd like to go check it out.
It seems like I should check that out, shouldn't I, Mike?
Up to you!
No, I feel bad because everyone's waiting.
No, do
just
it.
go down.
Fuck you.
Just go down the
We're
stairs.
fine.
Are you sure? Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Let's go check out that door then. That
All right.
Mike hinted at.
Okay. Hinted, yeah. Okay, so you run to the end of the hallway, and do you just open the door right away, or?
Oh, I blasted open. Tom's
Okay.
really angry.
All right, go ahead
Is
and roll
his
the hit.
Eldritch Blast fire themed?
No, it's
What's that?
force damage.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah. 25.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's like Tom misses. Like,
Right.
damage was 8.
All right, yeah, so you just blow this door open as well. Inside this room, it's a small, like, looks like it was like a pantry or a supply closet, but in the back of the closet is a small chest.
Okay. Tom opens the chest.
All right. Inside the chest, you find a small
kicks.
leather sack with 100 gold and 1 potion of healing.
Nice.
Yep. So just go ahead and add those to your inventory.
Okay. And you said a potion of.
Healing. The one with the black text, the basic one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And added.
All right. So, that's all that's in there.
Yeah, and just run back to the stairs if I try to find an exit.
Yep. All right. So you run down the stairs, and now you're on the first floor. The first floor looks like, obviously this building you've kind of figured out based on how it's set up and everything, used to be a tavern. Sitting at several tables are 2 cultists trying to be convinced to get up by the guy that ran away from you guys. The front door to the building is completely collapsed in with rubble and debris. And Mott just kind of limply floats down the stairs behind you.
Okay.
I hate this so much.
Huh?
I hate Mott so much.
It's like really horror movie-esque because like the tentacles are just sticking out of like what used to be this Reggie dude's eye sockets and stuff. You know,
It's pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
Archibald talks to the goddess of all creation and the mother of the universe. Akira talks to the god who like liberated magic, and this.
Some sort of eldritch nightmare. No.
Very Lovecraftian.
Right.
So Tom sees them, and
you're a warlock of the deep or whatever the fuck it is.
Cthulhu's my god.
Right.
So Tom.
Cthulhu a great old one, technically.
Yeah, no, it's his thing specifically is deep sea creature theme.
You're like a leviathan. You're like a biblical creature of the deep.
With tentacles.
Tentacles. But yeah, sorry, what were you doing?
Yeah, so Tom casts thaumaturgy, and he's just enraged at this point because it's been weeks and weeks and weeks of Tom just making Tom cakes that he couldn't even eat, and and he hasn't seen his best friend Akira in ages. He's like and he's going on a rampage, and Tom casts thaumaturgy and just yells to the group and says, "You can either show me the exit or die screaming here with the rest of your friends."
Go ahead and give me a intimidation check with advantage.
Okay. The first roll is 13, and the second roll is 21.
Okay. So the three cultists are just sort of slowly stand up, and they're like, okay, yeah. As you can see, the front entrance is blocked. You'll have to get out through the basement. And then one of the other cultists is like, by the gods, is that Reggie?
Tom says, that was Reggie. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead. These three cultists are fucking terrified, and they've pointed you to the basement stairwell.
A part of me just wants to try to shoot through the rubble, but that'll take too long. So we'll go to the basement and meet the final boss. Tom says, "Show me," and forces them to lead him to the basement.
Yeah, so the three cultists sort of like walk. One of them takes the lead and kind of walks ahead. The other two are just sort of like backing away from you and Mott. The guy in front, he opens the door to the stairwell down to the basement. And he goes down.
Okay. Tom turns around and casts bonfire on everything in that particular area and just walks down the stairs with Mott.
So as you're going, like this, because you keep catching things on fire, like this building is starting to really go up in flames.
Yep.
So, like as you're getting deeper, like go down more and more through the building, like you give me a perception check.
I would hope Tom can see all the fire.
Well,
I got nat 20.
Nice. So this wasn't to see the fire on the floor that you're on. It was you start to hear above you, like you can hear from down here that like the top level is already starting to like catch to the point where like it's probably going to collapse very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this building is ablaze at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you head down after them?
Yeah, it
Okay.
just
All
goes
right.
down the basement.
All right, so Tom, you go down to the basement, and when you round the corner around the stairs, the basement is a large stone room. In the center of the room, there is a large purple symbol painted onto the ground that almost looks like a giant open maw full of teeth, but the center of it is an eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
There are several torches lit around it, and in the far end of the room is a ladder that climbs up to one of those old, like, those old-timey cellar doors, the ones that open from the outside, the hatch ones.
Mm-hmm.
But in the room are the three cultists that you've scared, and in the center of the room is the tiefling man wearing very decorated robes, and he's holding a dagger and a chalice and seems to be chanting something.
Gotcha. Okay. Tom looks at Mott and says, "Oh yeah, that's the leader guy."
I think we should eat him.
Tom again attempts to think for a second and says, "Oh no, that sounds pretty gross, Mott. I mean, I only eat Tom cakes."
Okay, I will eat him.
Tom says, "Okay," and Tom turns around and casts suggestion on the tiefling. Again, let's try this again.
So, all right. So, I'm gonna give you this as a surprise round.
Okay.
If whatever you do doesn't work, it is going to go into initiative.
Yep.
So, what's the spell save for?
It's a 14 wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
He got a 17 on his wisdom saving throw.
Sad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. He got a 20. He gets a +5 on his wisdom save. So he, you come down the stairs and you wave your hands, and you see like a ripple of energy kind of go through his head, and he just shakes it off, and he looks and he's like, "You again? If it wasn't for this goddamn ritual, I would have killed you weeks ago."
Tom cuts him off and just casts Eldritch Blast on him.
Now we're gonna roll for initiative.
Yeah, no.
So, what do you think of your fun kidnapping adventure?
Well, now we're really showing the super dark side of Tom, which is nice.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't really done that until now.
That's
and
what I've
yes,
been kind of waiting for, was like a moment to really be able to like start to dig into it.
yeah, it is just to be really clear, it is absolutely horrific to play this kind of character, and that's why I wasn't really sure how to do it until now. That's still Tom being Tom, but also just holy shit, right? So
Right.
So here's a question about Tom cakes. Is there only one flavor of Tom cake? Or
no, Tom, so after talking to Archie a lot and learning how to read recipes specifically and nothing else, he's still illiterate, learned how to make stuff like caramel or chocolate or, those kinds of flavors, strawberry, whatever is in the D&D world. And so he, casts like prestidigitation on his Tom cakes to make them taste like this or that.
But you don't actually add any other ingredients though. You just magically make it taste like caramel.
Yeah. Tom is now aware of these new flavors, but because Tom is a freaking idiot, he doesn't know how to make these things. So he hasn't learned how to make them yet. Just Tom cakes.
All right. So first up is one of the cultists. I'm going to say, because you did such a good job intimidating them, their first turn, they're just gonna fucking run from you. Okay, Mott goes next. Mott is going to float towards this guy here. And he's going to attack him. And he's going to strike.
He needs to get one orifice.
He's going to hit him with one of his tentacles. Okay. So he reaches out with his tentacles and crushes the guy a little bit and just holds on to him. And then he's going to try to hit him again. And that hits. And as the cultist guy starts screaming, Mott just crushes his like head with the tentacles and like his shoulders and just crumples him onto the floor.
Didn't taste good, I guess.
Yep. So that's Mott's turn. Next up is one of the cultists. He's going to run. Okay. That's his turn. Next up is the tiefling. He is going to... Let's see. He's going to cast Mage Armor on himself. So he like waves his hands around and like you see a glint of like blue light shine around his body. Alright, and that's his turn. Next up is the cultist that's already dead, so obviously he doesn't do anything. And Tom, you're up.
Cool. Let's see. Tom cast suggestion on whatever is the closest cultist.
So there's the cultist here right in front of the tiefling guy.
Yeah.
What's the range on suggestion? 60 feet?
Oh, oops, sorry. Let me. It is 30 feet.
Okay, you're gonna have to move closer, but you could do it.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, so you can hit any of them from where they're standing.
Let's do that guy that's directly in front of
Just
Tom.
this dude here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What's the...
It's a 14 wisdom throw.
14 wisdom. He does not get a bonus to wisdom.
Oh,
He rolled a nat 1.
yes.
What do you suggest to him?
Oh my god.
So Tom suggests to the the cultist, please hold on to the tiefling. Please hug the tiefling.
So his eyes...
Would you kindly?
His eyes kind of go blank, and he's just like, hold on to my master. And is that your turn? You still have a bonus action.
Yeah, I would then cast my tentacles, and I'll put that one to the other cultist.
Alright. Go ahead and do an attack with your tentacles.
Okay, so hit dice was 24.
Okay, that hits.
Damn, Brick.
Yeah. And
Well done.
damage is 6.
Alright. So yeah, your tentacle just manifests out of the ground and lashes out at the guy. And in the back, behind you, you just hear Mott go. And with that, we're up to the cultist that you have under your control. He's going to run straight at the tiefling, and he's going to try to grapple him. We're going to make opposed athletics checks. So I'm going to roll for your cultist first. He does not get a bonus to strength. So he got a 13. Although the tiefling does not get a bonus to a strength saving throw either. He got a 9. So your guy just runs up and grabs onto him as hard as he can. And he's just...
Awesome.
He's restrained. Or grappled. Yep, grappled.
So I've been keeping up with Tom's adventure so far, and I'm really excited that he's been trying to use suggestion over and over again throughout this whole adventure,
Yeah.
and that like third time's a charm in the most horrible way.
Yep.
Like he's like, I'm pretty sure I've got the magical power to like psychically manipulate people. I'm gonna give it a shot. Hey man, that didn't do anything. Hey man, I didn't get it. Oh hey, go fucking get your friend killed by my dark god.
Well,
You see it. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I was to say, if you remember, suggestion completely shut down the fight with the fake kit.
Yeah, Tom doesn't like have that kind of connection to suggestion. Tom is not a clever man, right? Like if it doesn't work, so again, because suggestion is a very specific thing, right? You have to roll higher than a 14 to save it, which is like really like easy to do, right? So it's a gamble. And Tom is not a smart man, so that's why he tried it 3 times, because he wanted to get back at like these guys, basically.
It's like for Tom, I feel like it's just like he tells people to do things, and sometimes they just listen.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
So next up is Mott. So, okay.
Loading? Oh, okay.
No, I'm using my like area of effect calculator.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is convenient.
So, Mott floats over here, just creepy like, right? And then the inside of Reggie's chest starts to glow. And then like it starts to bulge. And then the light starts to like move up Reggie's chest. And then just the tentacles kind of squirm out and open. And like this blast of like just awful like dark energy and light shoots out, blasts into the back corner of the wall right behind the tiefling and the other cultist. And both of them have to make charisma saving throws.
I like that Mott just like Kamehameha, basically.
Alright, the cultist fails. And the tiefling super fails. Okay. So both of them get just hit with like this weird pulse of like energy, and they're both just like shaking, standing like they can't move. And they're both stunned. The tiefling is stunned and grappled. So he's like double fucked over.
Did they start hearing Kate Bush playing?
If I could, like But yeah, next up is the cultist, who is stunned. Let's see if he even gets a save against that, because I don't think he does. Okay, he's stunned till the end of his next turn. So he's stunned, basically skipping his whole turn. He can move now, next turn, but he just lost his turn. Next up is the tiefling. He is stunned, so he loses his turn. But he is still grappled by the other guy. Next up is you, Tom.
Cool. Tom cast Healing Word on that cultist that was hit by the tentacles last turn.
You're gonna heal him?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and... Wait, which one? The one that your tentacle hit?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
he's the one who took damage, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and...
7.
Okay, so he's back to full. You hear behind you, Mott's just like, what are you doing?
Tom then used... Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, because that's an action, right?
Healing Word's a bonus action.
Oh, okay. I will then use Thaumaturgy again.
Okay.
And Tom yells using Thaumaturgy, like, super loud, specifically at the cultist that was healed, and as an explanation to Mott.
Yeah.
Now you're going to suffer for longer.
The cultist is just like, actually, go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
I'm not trying to tell you how to DM, but that's the scariest thing I've heard in a while.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, fuck. Like, straight up, You're like, now you'll suffer longer, and he's just shaking, right? Like, he looks like he's still stunned, but you know he's not. And you just see a small puddle start to form under his robe.
Oh
Uh,
And now Mott behind you is just like, oh.
Is that what Mott's into?
I
You
mean,
never know.
seems that way a little maybe.
Alright, so back to the top of the round. The cultist that is you have under control, he is still just holding on to the guy. Actually, let me check one thing real quick. With suggestion, do they make a save again at the end of their turn?
oh, you know, I'm sorry. I should have said that all.
No, it's fine. I'm looking it up right now.
So concentration up to 8 hours. No, the target must make on the failed save. Blah blah. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration.
Yeah. Okay.
If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what's asked to do. So technically, it's done now because the hug is complete. Right?
I'll say he's still hugging him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to make it like correct for the spirit of this, Tom says, "Go hug the tiefling man for 1 hour." I don't know, something like that, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. So he's holding on to him. So that's his turn. He's just holding on for dear life on this guy. Next up is Mott. Mott's going to float over to the tiefling, and he's going to just lash out at him with his tentacles. He gets a nat 1 on his first hit. Oh my god, I just rolled 2 nat 1s in a row. What the fuck?
Oh boy.
Oh,
ouch.
Oh,
you know
man.
what? I'm glad someone is rolling that ones this turn.
Yeah.
Mott,
Because I rolled like 6 last session.
Oh,
Mott is... Okay, I'm going to put that die away for a little while. I'm going to use this one instead. So, Mott, in his excitement, just completely misses trying to lash out at this guy. And instead just sort of like... Almost like the tentacles are like licking at his face. Like...
That's yeah.
That's still horrifying.
yeah, that's horrifying.
Alright, next up is the cultist that is in front of the tentacles. He is completely terrified. He's going to just honestly try to run away and climb up the ladder. I'll say he gets to the ladder and that's his turn. Next is the boss. Or the tiefling. He's going to try to break free. He failed. Actually, I'm sorry. I have to roll a contested check against the cultist. Hold on. Yeah, no, totally fails. The cultist totally holds on to him. Alright, that's his turn. Tom, you're up.
Okay. The cultists that try to get to the ladder,
Yeah.
Tom uses Eldritch Blast on him. So,
Okay. You might just have to move over a little bit,
oh yeah.
but then you have a clear shot at him.
Okay, I rolled a 24.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 11. Wait,
So,
what? Yeah, 11.
yep. So you tell him that, you know, you're going to make him suffer for even longer. He pisses himself. He runs, gets to the bottom of the ladder, and he's looking up like completely hopeful that he's about to make it out of this nightmare. And as he's looking up and about to take that first step up the ladder, a blast of energy just pegs him in the side of the head, smashes his head into the wall, and just with a blood splatter, he just drops dead on the ground.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad that this horrific scene is ending soon. I'm really sorry, everybody.
Oh no, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like seeing people's side of you, Brian.
What I like about this scene is I originally planned it to be like you're gonna have to try to sneak out of this place and not be noticed by the cultists. But it completely turned into this is a horror movie, except you're the monster. You know?
that was my plan.
Yeah.
You're stuck in here with me.
Right. So next up is the one remaining cultist who's still under your control. He's still just gonna hold on to the tiefling. And next up is Mott, who's going to lash out again. That is an 11. That misses. That hits. Okay, so he does hit. He rolls 2d6 plus 4 for the damage. 9 damage. And if he wasn't grappled already, he's now grappled by both the cultist and Mott.
Oh my god. Okay.
Actually, you know what? It just occurred to me that all the attacks that have gone towards the tiefling since he's been grabbed should have been made with advantage.
Oh.
Give me a sec. I gotta re-roll 3 attacks for the
For the last one.
For Mott.
Yeah.
That hits. That misses. That hits. Okay, so two more hits on top of that. Okay. So yeah, actually, where before I thought that Mott missed him, he's just ripping into this guy.
Yeah.
He's starting to look really fucked up. Like, he's bleeding everywhere. He's being grabbed by tentacles and a guy. You know, it's just, things are real bad for him. Next up is him, again, the tiefling. He's going to try to break free. Okay, so he gets a 13. The cultist, to hold on to him, gets a 12. So the tiefling does break free from the cultist. He's able to push him off. So he's like, ugh, you know. But he's still being grappled by Mott as well. Give me 1 second. I gotta see if there's anything this guy can do as a bonus action.
Oh, also it says that if you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends. But since it was the tiefling damaging the guy, is he still under suggestion?
He didn't even hurt him. He just knocked him.
Oh.
Yeah, like he just broke
Great.
free. It doesn't actually hurt him at all.
Okay.
But he's not. He wouldn't be counted as one of your allies because you're directly fighting him.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
But yeah, so that's all that guy's able to do right now. It's back to you.
Okay, so Tom, can you just like walk straight up to the tiefling?
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
you're
just gonna bitch slap him?
you're right
What's that?
there.
What's that, Mira?
I said, are you just gonna bitch slap him?
No, I'm gonna force feed him Tom cakes. So Tom pulls out a bunch of Tom cakes and just starts shoving it into the tiefling's mouth.
Okay.
Feed him like you're feeding ducks for foie gras.
All right. So, as your action, I'll say you just start shoving Tom cakes down his throat.
Yep.
Trying to think if there would be a roll associated with that.
Well, I would say, Tom is also yelling. It's like, you wanted my Tom cakes. Here are your Tom cakes. Don't
Actually-
you ever separate me from my friends again.
Actually, you know what? No, because using an item is just an action. So
Oh,
you're
I see.
technically
Okay.
using an item. So it's just
Yeah,
an action.
no, you're right.
So,
Well.
so the tiefling is just like basically screaming at this point. He's like, "Ah!" And he's just like trying to spit him out, but like you just keep shoving him in. He's just.
I'd say con save for, murder through 7 style eating.
So, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's give him a con save. He rolled a 10, so I'll say at this point that he's actually starting to choke on him.
Cool.
Yep. Alright, and with that, we're back up to the cultist, who's still just hugging his boss with all his strength. And then Mott's turn. And Mott's just going to say, "Can I eat him?"
Tom says, "Let me do one more thing and then go right ahead."
Alright, so Mott's gonna hold his action until you take your turn, and then he's gonna unleash his attack on the guy.
Cool.
So next up is him again. I gotta roll the cultist a grapple check. Oh, nat 20. I'm not even gonna roll for the tiefling. He's grappled by the cultist again.
Okay.
So that's your turn.
Okay, so next, Tom, for his final action, so we end this nightmare scenario, is he casts Prestidigitation on the whatever Tom cakes are.
Yeah.
The guy is joking on, and makes it taste like caramel.
So the guy, the tiefling, he just looks incredibly confused, and he just looks into your eyes with just a look of just sheer horror and confusion, wondering as to why in the world you would try to make this thing you're putting in his mouth taste sweet.
And Tom, as if reading the tiefling's mind, turns to Mott and says, "I left you an extra surprise."
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So now Mott's gonna take its action, and it hits its first hit, and it hits both hits. Okay. And with that, Mott just fucking lunges into the guy, and just blood and screaming and just bits of Tom cake. And as the chaos settles, Mott's just floating there, and it's just like, sweet.
I'm never playing an evil character again. Okay, so Tom says, "You're welcome," and they just head to the exit. We're gonna leave the cultist that's hugging his now eaten boss just like that, and just leave.
So, as you're about to leave, Mott floats in front of you and just says, "I think you might be my favorite toy. They were planning on killing you to make the tiefling like you. So I decided to eat them."
Tom corrects him and says, No, I'm Tom, not toy." And then
one of the tentacles just sort of like condescendingly pats you on the shoulder. Like, So, as you're about to, climb up the ladder, Mott just reaches a tentacle out and gently taps your forehead and just says, "Here, a bit of parting knowledge for your safe travel." And in a flash of light, Tom, you just, in your mind, perfectly know the way back to Baenum from where you are in Olde Baenum.
Nice.
And as you are climbing the ladder to leave this building, Mott turns around, and the last thing you see before you pass the threshold back outside is Mott lunge at the one remaining cultist, who's still just hugging the corpse of the tiefling. So as you emerge onto the streets of Olde Baenum, you just hear some screaming coming from underneath you.
Oh my god.
And as you walk away from the building just starts to collapse on itself, being completely engulfed in flame.
And there we go. That's
That's how you solve problems.
Yep.
Yep. Definitely solved that problem for a better Tom Aro. Okay.
And with that, Tom.
Centuries from now, people talk about that great blue tentacle monster, and if you listen closely, you could even hear the screams of the poor folk living in that old house.
Oh my god.
You also way more into this.
You know what? I'm actually just really gonna take it cool. You know, as they say, Hakuna Matata.
Well, there you go.
Hakuna your tatas.
Hakuna your tata.
And with that, Tom, you're able to travel the streets of Olde Baenum, back out of the threshold, and find your way back to the Arce's Horse Tavern without incident. And is there anything in particular you want to do? It's the middle of the night, so the party's all asleep at this point.
Nope. Tom just goes back to his bed and just sleeps like nothing ever happened.
Perfect. So, so the next morning, Archibald, Akira, Zara, you all emerge from your rooms, and
Wait, does this coincide with the same long rest as
Yes.
the one I already rolled for? Okay.
yeah, it's the same night. Yeah.
Do I get another long rest from resting, or
Yes.
is it short rest?
Yes, you can
Okay.
go ahead and do a long rest.
Mm-mm.
I don't think you got hit at all, anyway.
No. Well, it's so I can get my spell slots back.
Yeah, definitely.
You get him back on a short rest like some kind of monster.
But his uses of his tentacles too.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, with that, I guess, Tom, how do you get up in the morning? What do you do the next morning when you wake up?
Tom wakes up and makes Tom cakes for the gang.
So everyone wakes up, comes out of their rooms to find Tom just sitting at one of the tables with a fresh, hot plate of Tom cakes.
Akira yells and like the teary like slow-mo run. I got poisoned while I was searching for you, Tom.
That's true.
Oh no, that's awful, Akira. Are you okay? And starts shoving Tom cakes at her.
I will now that I've eaten a Tom cake.
Okay, in the meantime, like, Zara's like edges around the cheerful reunion, just like goes like snatch a cake or two. So it seems to be freely offered. But avoids the little like messy. I'm imagining that they're having a whole moment like Guy and like Glee. Like illusion and tears and everything. So she just like edges around them, sneaks a cake
Right.
or two or three.
Or 5.
And Tom, you notice, or maybe you don't, I'll leave it up to you, but there is a centaur woman with Archie and Akira that you have not met before.
Tom looks at this new centaur woman and says, "Hi, I'm Tom."
Oh, so you're Tom. Look, I've heard about you.
Yes,
Nice
I'm
Tom cakes. And salutes with the Tom cake in her hand.
Next time.
Tom says, "I'm glad you like them. I can make them taste differently. Just let me know what flavor you want."
And, as so in a way that with a completely straight face, so you wouldn't know if she's serious or not. Just ask, can you make them taste like dirt?
Tom casts prestidigitation and uses old razzle-dazzle to make the tom cake the centaur woman is eating taste like dirt.
So Xardas like bites into it, chews thoughtfully, like food, giving food critic hums, swallows, and nods and goes, tastes about right.
Yep,
I'm glad
that's
you like
true.
them.
Oh, she doesn't like dirt, but she, wanted to, try it. She's feeling nostalgic.
Oh, okay. But the canon now in Tom's head is that Zara likes dirt tom cakes, so that's what's going to happen from now on.
Zara comes from the country that Zara comes from actually has a long tradition of dirt cookies that are served at the end of the harvest season to act as like a penance for using the dirt to grow food.
Don't eat
Gotcha.
the
I
mud
love that.
pies.
I accept that as headcanon,
Yeah.
but Zara's not
Pretty
really
good.
pleased.
That is actually really good. That's actually a really great like belief, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You eat the dirt and then you produce fertilizer, and they actually use
Yes. They use
yeah exactly.
You get it.
Yeah, what are people but just like walking the self-digesting straws? Walking digesting straws.
Exactly. You heard it here first, guys. We're all straws.
I thought we're all poop.
No.
walking meat straws.
We are straws filled with poop.
Oh.
We're sentient meat straws filled with poop.
Uh-huh.
So. Honestly, ball's in your court. What you guys want to do?
Tom just keeps making tom cakes.
All right. Actually, go ahead and roll me a cooking check.
Damn it! I don't want to keep doing this. It should just be good every time. And I'm really sorry. I really didn't write this down. I just rolled D20, right?
D20 plus charisma and proficiency.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. I'm really sorry. I know I keep asking every time. Okay, so let's see. Cooking check. D20 plus charisma modifier.
And your proficiency bonus, which
plus
is plus 2, I think.
Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so I rolled D20. The dice is 18. And then the charisma modifier is plus 4, so that's 22. So it's 24 total.
Nice. So yeah, these are very good. Like honestly, for your sudden appearance back to the party, you make some really fantastic tom cakes, and the party is just delighted to see you, and also, they kind of missed these tasty cakes you make all the time.
Tom used tom cakes. It was super effective.
All right, so like, are we good to like what's everybody good? We're gonna move forward with stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because I'm really glad Tom's back, because I guess we explain to Tom everything that Mike said in the recap.
Yeah.
Question: if we were to go look at Olde Baenum right now, would we see any smoke rising
Oh yeah,
from any
totally.
parts of the city?
No, totally. I mean, like at this point, you'd probably find part of the old town had burned down.
Okay.
Oh, when Tom hears the whole recap and learns that we gotta go do stuff in Olde Baenum, he just mentions really quick, man, that place really just gives me a bad taste in my mouth.
So I know, obviously, we all know what just happened with Tom, but I love the idea that like that's all the party gets out of you. is
Yeah,
just
pretty
a
much.
bad pun that they have no context for.
So yeah, I guess I just wanted to see if Baenum was burning. Could we like mark it on the map?
Actually, yeah, I can update it real quick.
What is the story for Akira wanting to do that?
Well, you burned the whole place yesterday, and I asked Mike if we would be able to see smoke
Oh, okay.
coming up from Olde Baenum.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming, hey, best friend, do you know anything about why Olde Baenum is smoking?
Wait, that seems like a weirdly loaded question.
He shows up in the morning after there's
Yeah,
still smoke right now.
Now that makes sense, but would Akira figure that out?
Akira's wise, right? She's dumb, but she's wise.
I would say, honestly, that when you guys, like, leave the Arce's horse, in the distance you can see smoke coming from the direction of the old town.
Okay, so Akira asks, just randomly, huh, that's weird.
Oh, by the way, just to make it clear, if you actually do ask Tom, I'm like not even gonna attempt to lie. Tom is gonna do a Tom thing with it. So like,
Okay, so
go
I
right
guess,
ahead.
you know what? I guess I would have thought that we would have caught each other up. Tom, where have you been?
There you go. I was waiting for someone to ask.
No, sorry, I just assumed we all caught each other
No.
up.
I was gonna like talk about stuff, but then you were like best friend, and I figured I'd like read
Okay.
talking its
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like waiting for
Where have
someone.
you been?
There we go. I was waiting for someone to ask. Then I was gonna make my dumb, like, bad taste in the mouth
No,
joke.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna have to do a lot of talking when we actually try to kill a monster. So I figured I'd let you guys do.
Yeah. Tom just straight up tells Akira, "Oh well, some really weird guys like just took me to some house, and I guess he points in that direction. It says, and man, they just would not let me leave. And they were saying really mean things about the best friends gang, and Tom ushers that everybody here in the group. And also includes Zara, by the way, because you're now part of the best friends gang. And
Aw.
and he says, yeah, he said really terrible things, but then I got away.
How did you get away, dude? I mean, I know you're badass, but like, what did you do?
Tom says, I don't know how, but I must have just used like my super strength, and he flexes his noodle arms, right? And they're just like noodly. And says, I got up and I just burned the whole place down. And then, I got away.
Well, Akira has no, let's see, would I be able to tell anything is off with my passive insight?
I'll say
Mike?
that roll an insight check against Tom, roll a deception check.
Yeah. And actually, I guess to be clear, Tom's tone isn't like he's trying to hide what's going on. This is him reciting what he thinks actually happened. And so if you keep asking him, he'll just keep telling you more specific things. So it's not like, yeah. It's like imagine we're having a casual conversation. This is how you recap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you get a little? I was like, was it? Did you only escape, dude? Like,
oh no, everybody there died.
who was there?
Tom just starts rattling off like, some dude named Reggie. He was really sad. There's some tiefling man. Oh, that guy. Yeah. What a handful. He was really mean and said bad things about you guys. Then a couple humans, I guess, right? Yeah.
They were just varying races. They, nameless, faceless bad guys.
Just some like gang of like buffoons. I don't know why they're so mean.
Damn, dude. I'm glad you're no longer stolen away.
Me too, because man, they kept making me try to make Tom cakes, and I did not like that. And man, they said something really mean about Archie.
What did they say about Archie?
Yeah, what did they say about me?
Okay, so I actually don't remember.
Nothing worth remembering then.
Yeah.
Was it about the Phoenix Mother?
It was basically just they were trying to convince him that you guys were just leading him on, and you were actually trying to hurt him, and that you were going to betray him.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
I mean, that's all.
Dude, we'd never betray you. Pinky swear.
Right. There's like, oh. It's like,
Nothing
I know.
about leading him on.
Archibald's just like a little distracted, trying to like finalize stuff for this thing we're doing today, and he's like, "No, I have no plans to betray you, Tom."
Yeah, and Zara just like chimes in like, "Oh, but like cults are all like sons of bitches anyway, so no, so like just to let you know, if a cultist says anything, you all just gotta ignore it. They say some like weird shit all the time. It's not worth listening
Zara
to."
has a lot of experience with cults.
Yes. You had plans in the first place.
Tom just like nods enthusiastically, like, yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks. That's why we're the. And then he like strikes a pose, like, that's why we're the best friends gang.
In the main chat, I added the map back. There's like a dark red section that I just kind of scribbled in. That's like the whole block got burned down.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, we really are just starting. We should just really just burn up the lower half of Olde Baenum.
I mean, I wanted stuff from there, so no, we shouldn't do that.
I think eventually.
Fire is cleansing.
That's true.
So, you guys have the trap is built. It's set up. I guess if there's nothing else you guys want to do, we can move along with that.
Yeah, I mean, Tom's back with the best friends gang. He implicitly trusts everything that Archie says, and he's game. He's like, yeah, let's go do it. Let's go do this thing.
Right.
So without Trax or Gravok, yeah, no, it should.
Okay.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I don't want this to take up too much time, but would you be amenable to pinhole cameras?
To what?
Pinhole cameras.
Are you gonna spy?
No, I was going to take a picture of our setup using a pinhole camera because.
So I would say that cameras probably don't exist quite yet.
Not even a pinhole one? They've had them since like the 15th century.
I honestly don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Never mind, we're good.
Okay. I kind of imagine the equivalent of what might be like considered photos nowadays would be like illusionary magic.
Also, yeah, it's not like a 1-to-1 for like time because this is a world that's had magic forever.
Yeah.
So technology's not gonna be the same as like.
Very true. I guess I just wanted a way to like. Ooh, oh, I know what I'll do. I'm gonna use like my shape earth to like make a pattern of what our like layout looks like, so I could use it for journalistic evidence down the line when I write about it.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I just want to take a cool like.
No, like I'm not trying to be weird. Like if you're just trying to make a picture of something, it's just one of my artificer abilities.
Okay, yeah, I do that. I want a picture of our setup.
I touch a piece of paper with one of my many tools, and it becomes exactly like a photograph, like you would have wanted, because artifice.
Would you call it like something almost like a immediate photo or something like that?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Immediate drawing.
I call it a Polaroid.
Yeah. Yes.
And
that checks out.
Yeah, but no, it's magical tinkering, level 1 ability.
Yes.
I don't get prestidigitation. I get that.
I get flavors.
Yeah, no, I can make sounds and stuff. I can turn rocks into speakers.
Whoa. You can also, like, magically bathe with prestidigitation.
Oh no, prestidigitation is amazing. It's just one of those spells where it's just like, hey, are you magic in general? Yeah, I mean in general, I'm magic.
Right.
Like,
Excuse me.
Better than druid craft. You make a flower sprout. Woo!
Woo! I don't know why every druid takes it.
It's so mediocre.
What?
Druid craft.
Oh.
I was ready to take it for Barry, but like she doesn't need to make flowers that much.
Her flowers would be Venus flytraps.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're roses, but the spikes are actual fangs.
Oh, I like that. All right, so, yeah, I'll say, so Archie can make a, like, from memory, just an image for everyone of, like, your layout of, you know, like, the sawmill and stuff.
And like, since Tom hasn't really seen any of what we're doing, even though I'm fully aware that it's not necessary, like, you know, he doesn't have to retain this, but I'll run him through like the area and what we've done and like our plan and stuff. And then, are we gonna just say that like Trax and Grabak are busy or engaging in like some other part of the plan?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
so, you know,
I hadn't really thought about it for them, but yeah, they're busy.
I just, you know, especially with the way Trax is, I don't think this is something he'd miss without, like...
No, I know.
But,
They're out.
But yeah, but our main plan, like, right now, culminates in just trying to lure the big scary monster over onto this trap and seeing what happens.
All right. So, as you guys are making your final preparations at the tavern, the door to the tavern opens, and an elderly human man comes walking in. He's wearing slightly fancy clothes. But when he walks in, he starts to kind of look around as though he's looking for someone. It looks like he doesn't see the person that he's looking for, so instead he walks over to the barkeep and starts talking to him.
Wait, just the whole group? Or anyone specific?
No, this old guy just starts talking to the bartender.
Okay.
Does it look like something that's, like, important business? Like, Archibald has a really large path for, I think, noticing or caring about this sort of thing.
All right, I'd say, does anyone want to give me a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, that's not my bad.
Yeah.
I think my passive perception's like...
Can I get some help?
12.
From Gizmo?
Oh, I mean, he's around, sure. He's an ally to all of us.
I will also do guidance, even though I don't know why.
I got 22.
Okay.
I got 25. No, yeah, 25.
Okay. So, Zara and Akira, you both notice... Not that he's doing anything strange or suspicious, but you just kind of keep an eye on him, because you've never seen him in here before. But he walks up to the bartender, and as he's talking to him, the bartender, you hear just say, no, he stepped out this morning. And then the man kind of nods and hands him an envelope, and then leaves.
And then do we like notice that? Do we see that happen?
Akira and Zara do.
Okay.
Okay. I look at Zara, and then I don't know. Archie, we need to have like a thing that like when like a bracelet or something that if like one of us taps it, it like glows a light, so you like look up from what you're doing.
interesting.
I'm just saying that's something I think we should have.
I don't disagree. Me and Mike homebrewed that item about a week and a half ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, I
Oh.
want a cute thing to give my fictional girlfriend / my real girlfriend that wouldn't be game breaking. Could I make her like one of those bracelets?
Seriously?
Yeah, because
Yeah, no, he asked me about a week ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
Archibald.
is this the secret item?
It's part of it. It's because Archibald's going to be gone for a little bit, and you're still going to be with the party. So he was going to leave you with that because he didn't want you not to be able to like touch space. So anyway, that's a thing. So no, I didn't tell her about that.
That's so weird. I'm sorry.
No, it's like when you start doing a plot in a show I've seen, and you're like, I haven't seen it, and I have to be like, I'm suspicious if Mira's seen this show or not.
I can't help that some shows are just really easy to guess.
Just like mine, apparently.
I just know you too well.
So anyways, yeah, we're working on that.
What? Working on me knowing you less?
No, bracelet that you tap and it lights up.
Okay. Anyway, so I want to alert the party without speaking, and pass without trace. Yes, Brian.
Sorry, really sorry. I just need to comment on this for the recording so it's official. Man, you guys are so cute.
I mean, great minds do think alike.
Oh.
So you said you're going to cast Pass Without Trace?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop yawning.
I'm gonna yawn as much as I damn want to. Okay. We're still good on the wild magic.
Huh?
I said we're still good on the wild magic.
What are you up to, like 5 now?
Yeah, now it's 5.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Really getting towards useful in combat response.
I know.
All your spells are reactions. This is gonna be perfect.
All right.
Okay.
So, I want to start following this dude sneakily.
Okay. Seriously, Stoner, you keep yawning.
Sorry.
Do you guys need like a coffee break or something? Like,
I'll grab something in a minute. Anyway,
You know what? I actually,
Y'all want the delicious taste of Coke Zero?
You know what? I had a Coke Zero like 2 hours ago, and it's not enough caffeine. I think it's making me sleepy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not the caffeine?
so contagious response to this.
Mike is yawning.
He's like,
I'm sorry. I kept trying to cover my mouth so I wouldn't see it.
yeah, but you're not gonna do it.
You guys, I'm an empath, so...
Yep.
Alright, we've reached the end of another episode. I'd like to thank my players for being such a fun group to play with. At Cactus Toad on Instagram, who made our character art. At Alpha A for helping with the intro video. Will Savino and his tracks from Music D20. And Burrowbound, link in the description below. And thank you if you made it this far. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Paragon.